We never indicted Hillary. We never indicted our enemies.
Yeah, because they blocked it. But
Who blocked it?
The Justice Department.
Well,
There were actually some people there at the beginning who were a little more fair-minded. I mean, it's not going to be that way in the second term, although that's the job you were up for.
I was, and honestly, I was.
If you had been there in 2016, would you have indicted Hillary?
Only if that's what the facts and the law commanded. I wouldn't have done it as some get back politically, because look, that doesn't end.
American patriot Matt Gaetz destroyed Woke Bill Maher live on his own show. I personally was so excited when I saw this interview drop, so I'm really excited to show you guys this really heated and feisty debative clip between the two of them. We'll just get straight into this, and remember, Matt Gaetz is constantly, just being attacked by the woke left, the one world government, and it's tragic. And to be honest, I know Matt Gaetz personally. I've hung out with him and his wife a few times, and they are lovely people. He is one of the few people that always travels with his wife, and it's great because too many people travel without their spouses. They're always together, they're always so happy, and I can only say great things about the both of them. But without further ado, let's get into this.
Against you. I'm an honest broker more than anything else. Okay? So, and that's why the left hates me too. The far left really hates me. And I welcome their hatred. Because I just will not carry the water
Why do you think
of all their insanity or yours.
Well, and by the way, no one's asking
annexing Greenland.
Okay, Bill Maher, I know I'm cutting it off already so soon. I apologize. Would Bill Maher, I want to ask you this. Would you rather be forced to spend a vacation with someone from the woke left or with Matt Gaetz? Chances are you probably would rather pick Matt Gaetz, even though you don't agree with him on a lot of politics, because let's be real. People that are woke left, like these people that have the woke mind virus, they are so insufferable to be around that even woke Bill Maher is not woke enough, so they hate him. Imagine, why would you want to hang out with these people? It sounds quite literally like hell, to be honest.
Or buying it.
Buying it is
Comment a fire emoji if you agree.
different. See, again, let's just be honest. Come on, we're just guys talking here. Those are two different things. Just look me in the eye and tell me you understand that. They're two different things. Buying something that they agree to sell to us, or just taking from another country. That's what Hitler did, and that's Putin. We're not. I know you guys like to be like flirting with authoritarianism, but well, let me ask you that question. You're a married man now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and your wife is lovely.
Thank you.
You did well.
True. You heard it here first, folks. Ginger Gaetz is amazing. By the way, how quick does it take someone like Bill Maher to bring up Hitler and Putin? I mean, come on. Who is writing his scripts? Come on. Talk about Mao. What about Mao?
And, okay, so sometimes in a marriage, the couple, I've heard both sides. I've heard couples say, yeah, I'm a big flirt, but it's okay because he knows I'll never cross the line. But
oh, hell no. Hell no. I don't agree with the whole I'm a big flirt, even like men too, like whatever. Like when women say that, that's just a female's excuse to be a flirtatious hoe with everyone. Oh, you can't get mad at me. That's just who I am. How about you only flirt with your husband? Or I guess if you're trying to find a husband, yes, you can flirt, but I've known girls growing up my entire life that are just like, oh, I flirt with everyone. That's just who I am. No, that's your excuse to flirt with every guy and be a hoe. Let's be for Rizzy here. I don't even know how to flirt. I cringe at the word flirt. It's like a weird word, Let me know if you agree. Is it not a weird word? By the way, if you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like today's video, comment, do it all, and we'll get right back to it. Oh, by the way, guys, I think I'm going to start doing some live streams on this channel, so comment down below if that's something you guys would be excited for. Just sitting back, nothing scripted at all, kind of just chatting with you guys. I would like to chat live with you guys, and I just feel like that'd be fun. But yeah, I keep rambling. What's new? Let's get back to it.
So that's just okay in the mouth. That's like they've decided that's okay to flirt, or the guy does it. Then I've heard some marriages where it's like, no, that is crossing the line. Okay, I bring this up because you guys are really flirting with authoritarianism.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? He admires.
Like, we didn't try to throw our political prisoners in jail. We talked about it, but we didn't actually try.
Oh, you did?
Oh, shit. That was a mic drop. Talk about January 6th, imprisoning political opponents. That is very authoritarian. But of course, when it comes to the left and Democrats, oh my gosh, it's for the sake of the country. It's for the common good. It's all excused. Yeah, freaking right. I'm very happy that Trump pardoned all of the January 6th prisoners. Can I get an amen?
Did try.
We never indicted Hillary. We never indicted our enemies.
Yeah, because they blocked it. But
Who blocked it?
The Justice Department.
Well,
There were actually some people there at the beginning who were a little more fair-minded. I mean, it's not going to be that way in the second term, although that's the job you were up for.
I was, and honestly, I was.
If you had been there in 2016, would you have indicted Hillary?
Only if that's what the facts and the law commanded. I wouldn't have done it as some get back politically, because look, that doesn't end. And if you do that to them and they do that to us, then you don't ever get out of the cycle. And as someone who has held some power, it's a pretty frightening concept that when you get out, the people who take power then can utilize the apparatus of the state to deprive you of your freedom.
But of course, you went right to whataboutism. You didn't really answer
Well, I reject the premise that we flirt with authoritarianism.
Are you? Come on, man.
Good, and he should. I'm happy that Matt Gaetz is not conceding on this point.
Seriously?
Come on, man.
Using every possible lever to stay in office after he lost the election, plainly. Just always being friends with Putin. He likes him. He likes Viktor Orban. Always like pining to be with
I'm sorry. Should we, if you were trying to avoid conflict and disaster, shouldn't you maybe not be constantly poking the bear and being enemies and saying, oh, I hate you? Like, think about people in your own life. If you're trying to avoid a fight or a conflict, you're constantly trying to be the aggressor and saying that you hate them and, oh my gosh, it's going to create more conflict. If you want to de-escalate, it's probably good to be on a cordial basis, you know, not crazy amigos, but come on, we can speak civilly, and that's great. As someone that doesn't want American dollars and the American military wasting their time and efforts and money and lives to fight foreign wars and just battles in other countries, yeah, I'm happy. Good. Trump. Okay, cool. I don't want to live under North Korea, obviously, but I'm happy that Trump actually went there, shook his hand, and guess what? They probably, or what's his name? Kim Jong-un. Very fun name. Very fun name. It sounds like, I don't know if I can say that, but it kind of sounds like a good branding for like a ramen noodle company, you know? I think so. Anyways, I lost my point. I think it's good. You're less likely to attack and create issues if you have a cordial relationship with someone. That's just basic human decency and common sense. But oh my gosh, all of a sudden now he's flirting with Putin. Oh my gosh, because he jokes. Stop it.
Team strong man and not really that, you know, into our allies. You don't think that's flirting with authoritarianism? And if you flirt with it, he also makes jokes about, you know, maybe after this term, if it's so good, we should have another one, which would be, again, an abrogation of the basic tenet of the Constitution, 2 terms. You know, that's flirting.
Let me tell you how much I cannot stand liberals when they always bring up the Constitution when it proves their argument. It's very like they cherry pick when to care about the Constitution. All of a sudden they care about, you know, limiting the power of the government. But with every other instance, no, the Constitution's a living, breathing document, and the founders could have had no idea how it would apply to American life today. So we have to change it and pretty much just rewrite it to mean whatever we want to have happened, whatever we want it to mean. But no, with this, oh no, you're flirting with authoritarianism because Trump is joking about an extra term. Come on.
Flirting. To even make a joke about it is flirting with authoritarianism. My question.
Again, the woke left trying to cancel comedy. Can we not make jokes anymore? Gosh, literally, Bill Maher on his period right now, I can tell. Or no, he's too old. He's menopausal. Menopausal? I can't even say the word. Wow.
Like in a marriage, can you just flirt and not cross the line?
Of course.
Yeah, most don't, but okay. I'm telling you, most guys, if they flirt, what they're doing is they're seeing if the girl flirts back. If she doesn't, I was just flirting. If she does, yeah, I'll fuck her.
So you think flirtation only goes as far as your options at that moment?
Well put.
Yeah. Well,
for a man.
Well, yeah, it might be different for women, but I think that in Trump's case, he looks at 4 years of a pretty peaceful world. You have to concede that. And when I got elected, the places where I would
Way better than Biden. Under Biden, let's be real.
come in some conflict with Trump would be where he would seek powers of war that I thought were reposed in the Congress. And now, and I had all these Democrats really eager to work with me. No war with Iran. We should stop Trump from having that power. But then, as soon as Biden is cheerleading this war in Ukraine, all the anti-war Democrats became pro-war. There are no anti-war Democrats left.
That's an interesting point. It's off the point we're talking about a little bit.
This is why someone like Matt Gaetz is so great and just greatly needed within the American right, because, and this is what's amazing about Trump, is Trump really popularized the whole anti-war sentiment on the right. We were, think about Bush, think about McCain, right? We were a very big pro-war party, and I'm so happy that Trump has really brought out, I really think it's more of the populist movement. That's why you see people on the left that also voted for AOC, also voted for Trump. Very strange phenomenon, but it happened apparently. And that's why you see people like Anna Kasparian and Chunky Yogurt, comment Chunk for the algorithm. Anyways, that's why you see people like them willing to work with someone like Trump because, we want to cut the cost of the Pentagon. That's a good thing. But now the establishment left, they love war. And that's the thing. It's really the establishment versus the anti-establishment. That's what I think makes more sense to draw a distinction when it comes to the left versus the right, Democrat or Republican. There's so many crappy Republicans. Liz Cheney, that bitch, has an R next to her name. Rhino Queen in Chief, let me tell you. And she's very pro-war, and she ended up voting for Kamala because Kamala's more pro-war than Trump and all these other things because she's a never Trumper, et cetera, et cetera. I love that the worst Republicans or so-called Republicans hate Trump. What a great endorsement of Trump, if I do say so myself.
Well, if you're talking
you haven't
about
lost all your skills as the congressman.
if
man.
you're talking about the use of force to achieve your political goals, I think it's somewhat on topic.
It's not like the left doesn't do a version. I mean, they should not have been bitching about Trump is not a legitimate president. That was wrong. I agree. It's very different than actually trying to stay in power. We just had January 6th. It went off smoothly without a hitch. Everyone places. Okay, the rehearsal went great, and now we do it and we go home.
But
that's not what would have happened if you guys had lost, and you know that.
Bill, you understand
that is an asymmetry you have to address.
Okay, let me address it. You're right. This past week, we had a wonderful January 6th. The last time we had a Republican president elected and Democrats did not object to the electors, do you know when the last time that was?
Of course he doesn't. Great question, Matt Gaetz. Great job.
See, this is the kind of bullshit.
Look, it was 1988. It was 1988.
Well, how is this bullshit? You're the one saying that Republicans don't allow a peaceful transition of power, talking about January 6th, but you can't answer that very simple question. Of course he doesn't know, because it doesn't serve the mainstream narrative. And I'm very happy that Matt Gaetz asked that very important question.
Last time they didn't object to they objected to George W. Bush winning Ohio.
Objecting is different than calling the Justice Department and pressuring them to do things that even his own Justice Department wouldn't do. It's different than calling the guy in Georgia and saying, find me 11,000 votes. It's different than going to court with all these ridiculous cases that were laughed out of every courtroom. It's different than actually sending fake electors. Don't give me bullshit and we'll be friends. Bullshit me? No, we'll still be friends. But then I'll think you're a hack, instead of someone who could actually have an honest conversation.
Okay, let's talk about 2016 when Hillary Clinton and the entire Democratic Party said that Russia colluded with Trump to win the 2016 election. And throughout Trump's entire first term, he had his own Justice Department, which is an extension of the executive branch. These are supposed to be his guys, right? The executive branch, part of his executive. And they investigated him and were constantly just putting out rumors about him, the Russia coup. It's insane. And then also, let's not forget that right before the 2020 election, Twitter, in collusion with Bill Barr, Trump's own attorney general, actually was hiding the Hunter Biden laptop story and his involvements with Burisma and all these things. You know what I'm talking about. They colluded to hide the story and make sure that the American people did not actually know the fraction of the truth that they're allowing, that the government is allowing us to know, the American people, I guess they can know the little fraction of what we want them to know, but it has to be after the election because, oh yeah, that's so not fair. No, I think the American people should know how corrupt a presidential candidate is. But no, Donald Trump's own attorney general helped conceal that in collusion with Twitter under Jack Dorsey at the time to have the New York Post, who reported this story, their entire account was banned. Remember that? Remember that? Oh, talk about authoritarianism. Yeah. Also talk about denying elections and trying to delegitimize a presidency. Yeah. Democrats are no stranger to that.
And admit this asymmetry exists.
I don't believe it's asymmetrical at all. When you look at the way the Democratic Party used an authoritarian bum rush to get Joe Biden out of the race and replace him with Harris. What was it? Was that the great sacrifice to the virtue of democracy and the great rejection of authoritarianism was swapping her out for him like it's some Mississippi Square dance?
Okay. I'm just going to end this part of our discussion by saying, I think I just looking in your eye, talking to you, not the media guy I saw. You're a lot brighter than I thought you were.
Did you think I was not bright?
Yeah.
What a backhanded compliment. You're not as stupid as I thought you were. Yeah, that's basically saying, I thought you were stupid, but you're not as stupid as I thought. I mean, that's what it's saying. It's a backhanded compliment. Obviously, Bill Maher, you probably have the worst idea of Matt Gaetz because he's had one of the biggest smear campaigns launched against him from the woke left, from the mainstream media, even from the rhinos within our own so-called party. So, of course, you're not going to think he's that bright, but he's resilient. He's great. He asked great questions. Please let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comments below. If you made it to the end of the video too, you might as well comment an orange heart. Why not? That's what we do here. We have fun. And I really hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Adios, amigos.